Do you sometimes find yourself confused as to what a dream element symbolizes in one of your dreams? Hey, that's pretty standard since many dream elements carry more than one meaning possibility. For a couple of decades, I've helped dreamers around the world make sense of their dreams, and today I'm concluding my three-part series on dream elements that have multiple options. I'm using trains to provide some training on this because trains carry at least four symbolic possibilities, none of which I would call dominant. So determining which one applies to your dream can be challenging. To help with that, I elaborated on the locomotive, the caboose, and the steam engine in the first video. And I've already discussed three of the four symbolic options for trains overall. So to the fourth and last. And though this includes some personal testimony, it'll be somewhat brief. The ominous symbolism of trains revolves around the fact that trains are the weightiest, heaviest of ground transportation types. Think about it. No rival there. If this trait is being highlighted in the dream or vision, then the message connected to it could be heavy. A dream of a train could speak of a large movement of God, something massive with great impact. Years ago, I heard the sound of a train whistle in a dream that I won't forget. I can still see it. I was sitting in the living room of my childhood home in that dream when I heard it. In way of background, in case you didn't hear this before, just a few miles away from that childhood home was a large railway hub for the state. Even though it was a small town, all the trains going in all different directions traveled through there. So the sound of train whistles was quite familiar and pleasant to me. Even now, hearing the whistle of a nearby train takes me back to the comfort and serenity present in my childhood. But I remember in that dream, the train whistle was exceptionally loud, unexpected, and early. I wasn't ready to go to the station, involved in some other activity. I knew nothing about that. What would I do? It just didn't seem like I could simply pick up and go. But the train was nearly there, and I needed to be there. Turned out that whistle symbolized what was coming, something heavy, the sound of death meeting up with life. Because the Father I adored was on his way to passing from life on earth to life in eternity. And the fact that one of the prophecies regarding his death would come through this symbolism was especially fitting, because that dream scene pretty well summed up the situation. A train whistle blowing, always a welcoming sound to me personally, but too early this time. Isn't it always? Death is heavy, like the train, yet welcome, as my dear Father would soon be welcomed in the arms of Jesus. Makes me think of the hymn, Softly and Tenderly, Jesus is Calling. Come home, ye who are weary, come home. I believe there were 17 dreams or prophecies surrounding my father's death at age 88. And after that whole experience, by the way, I see death entirely differently, in a good way. My dad's transition played out quite beautifully, God's hand clearly on it. It's one of my most heartwarming and elaborate testimonies. Well, I hope this training has been revelatory on the most ominous symbolism for trains. Dream elements often carry several possible symbolisms. Important to know, right? So, happy trails, or should I say, happy tracks. And remember to live beyond your wildest dreams.